Привет всем зрителям и подписчикам пермского игрового канала. Меня зовут Михаил. Сегодня мы продолжаем играть Game of Thrones. Игра престолов. РПГ, которая, по мнению многих издательств игровых, за прошлый год стала лучшей игрой года в жанре РПГ. Глава 2. Алистер. 4 месяцами ранее. 15 лет. 15 лет назад вы покинули Ключи, старинное владение вашей семьи. Как старший сын лорда Рейнолда Сарвика, вассала влиятельной семьи Ланнистеров, однажды вы должны были унаследовать эти земли. Но вы бежали из Вестероса, Змеиного гнезда, где кипела борьба за престол королевства. Начав новую жизнь, вы пересекли узкое море и поселились в вольных городах, вдали от интриг и паутины власти, сотканной великими семьями. Жрецы бога Рглора оказали вам теплый прием. Вскоре вы стали одним из них, хотя эта вера и не пользуется почетом у вас на родине. Но от прошлого нельзя спрятаться. После длительного отсутствия вы возвращаетесь на родину в Ключи.
Finally, we come to River Spring. 15 years ago, it was one of the region's most flourishing towns. But things slowly worsened, and today River Spring knows only idle craftsmen and discontent among the peasants. And the death of Lord Reynold Sarwick will not improve matters. That said, his death didn't surprise many people. The poor man was but a shadow of his former self since the disappearance of his eldest son. They say that his daughter is the one who makes decisions since then. And you can see where that has led.
River Spring. It is much changed.
Have you been here before?
I used to live in River Spring. I left 15 years ago.
Yes, that was a while ago. Back then, the town was still prosperous.
What happened?
I don't know the details, but I think it had something to do with the eldest Sarwick boy leaving.
I must go to the castle.
Oh? And, if I may ask, what would a red priest like you be doing here?
I am here for the burial ceremony. I am the son of Reynold Sarwick.
How so? You're much too old to be Gawain Sarwick.
Gawain is my young brother. I am the elder, Alistair.
Father above? After so long? We thought you had disappeared. My sympathies for your father. I did not recognize you.
My god R'hllor now watches over him. Thank you for the crossing, ferryman.
Ну что, мы играем за Алистера Сарвика. Вы, Алистер, сын влиятельного лорда западных земель. Вас ждало блестящее будущее, место лорда ключей. Но после восстания Баратиона вы вынуждены были бежать в вольные города, чтобы найти там утешие в вере в Рглора. Рглора, не могу постоянно выговорить это. Бог света и любви. Теперь вы красный жрец в храме Бравоса, посвятивший жизнь религии и преданный своему богу. Ваш наставник связался с вами, и вы возвращаетесь домой на похороны отца. Прошлое настигло вас, и теперь вам придется снова встретиться с теми, кого вы оставили 15 лет назад. Ну, я предлагаю здесь выбрать наемник. Так, наемник, понятно, да, кто? Водяной плесун с двуручником, либо лучник. Я думаю, будем лучником играть. Да что такое с голосом сегодня? Думаю, будем лучником играть. Так, лучнику... думаю, больше нужна удача, скорее всего, чем... чем выносливость. Ловкость, чем выносливость. Вот так вот. Далее. Понятно, что первый скилл. Так, здесь посмотрим. Обездвижить врага на 8 секунд. Так, либо яд. Я думаю, что вот так вот надо сделать. Яд и обездвиживание. Всего 5% шанса? Что? Хм-хм. А, так и так обездвиживание уже есть. Тогда выберем вот это и при каждой следующей атаке отвлечение внимания. Так, стрелы. По двоечке каждого вкачаем. Пробивающие стрелы и режущие стрелы. Далее. Так, здесь уже нужно подумать. Парирование. Так, вот это надо обязательно. Мы же лучники. Двуручным оружием нет. Нет. Шанс критического удара нет. Всего 1% шанса вызвать кровотечение. То есть понимаете, да, что это нереально. Это, в принципе, не надо. К устойчивости к критическим ударам. Опытный лекарь, мастер ядов. Вот это пригодится, думаю. Акробат. Кровопийца. Ну все, в принципе, да? Давайте здесь что-нибудь. Ну, получаемый кровотечение урон удваивается. Минус 2 к защите. Ну и вот такие два. Выучим. Далее. Ну и подтверждаем. Все. Идите в замок ключей на похороны отца. Ну хорошо, пойдемте. В замок ключей. Так, секундочку, я сбавлю чувствительность мыши. Так. Использовать геймпад можно? Нет. Только не геймпад. Так, ну вот, в принципе. Кто ты? Давайте поговорим.
If things are so bad, what do you propose to do?
It's been too hard for too long. It's time to revolt. We must take matters into our own hands. We'll take up arms.
If you follow that path, the army will have no choice but to fight against you. Do you want this to end in blood and tears?
You don't know what you're talking about, stranger. The house is dying. The army of River Spring is but a shadow of what it was. You obviously know nothing of the misery we suffer here.
That may be, but I do know that violence is answered with more violence. This path never ends well.
We're already suffering. What is it to us if we die of hunger or by a sword?
What has happened here? These lands were once thriving.
It's the Lords. It's been too long since they cared about what happens in their own lands. Neighboring lords have taken the chance to grab some of our land, and nothing is done to stop it. And now that Lord Sarwick is dead, it will only get worse. We must do something.
But there are still Sarwicks in River Spring.
Don't make me laugh. The eldest fled years ago. As for the others, they're no better than he. Anyway, this concerns only the people of River Spring, stranger.
So be it. I pray that your choices will not lead you to reckless acts. May R'hllor light your path through the shadows.
Не признался, да? Хорошо. Так, я думаю, мне сюда. В игре графика достаточно примитивная, но суть-то в таких играх не в графике, а в сюжете. Графика графикой, но главное сюжет.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure of the customs in the free cities nowadays, but I wouldn't dream of entering Westerer's arm like that. And yet, as the smith labours day and night for us, It so happens that I sell the finest weapons. Blunt, cutting, perforating. You know what they say, my lord. Don't buy your blade until you know what you plan to stick it into.
I have things to do.
Don't hesitate to come back and see me in the Merchant Square. I weep to see you so ill-equipped in this town. And don't forget you'll be wanting armor. After all, no matter the weapon you face, simple clothes will not protect you.
Да, в этом он прав. Значит, колющие, режущие и дробящие виды урона, да? Показывают, какую броню чем фиксить. Надо бы запомнить. Ну, я лучником играю, поэтому это мне пригодится только в следующей, может, главе, где я буду играть опять рыцарем. Подайте монету, извини, друг, самого не все очень хорошо. Так, нашел монеток. Стоишь, попрошайничаешь, проверил бы бочки. Город, походу, очень большой, да? А, нет, это просто мы идем по одному коридору.
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
I am Lord Reynold Sarwick's eldest son, and I am here to attend my father's funeral.
His eldest son? Do you take me for a fool? I have been at my post for more than 5 years, and I have never once seen your face.
It has been more than 5 years since I left River Spring. Please call on Mr. Harwin. He knows of my arrival.
Well, we'll see about that, but I doubt he'll come here for you. The ceremony's about to start. John, go find Maester Harwin.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells! Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes peasants, dogs and cravens who abandon their families.
Enough, Ryman. However long I was absent, this house is still mine.
How dare you! You disappeared without so much as a goodbye years ago, and now you return as if nothing happened.
The reasons for my exile are mine alone. I owe you no explanation.
I care about your reasons? It's your fault that Lord Sarwick is dead.
You've lost your head, cousin.
Your departure destroyed him. He was never the same again.
Your judgment is clouded, Ryman. I can smell the ale on your breath from here.
What? Stand back! I'll make you eat your words, priest!
Ага, подраться предлагают. Стоп, так и... Я предлагаю дать ему стан. И... начать стрелять. Эй, стоп, ты же... Он меня просто зарубил.
Do you not think we have enough dead here?
Mr. Harwin?
Alistair, finally. I prayed for your return.
This traitor no longer has his place here, Maester Harwin. He abandoned his castle and his family.
7 gods. Get a hold of yourself, Ryman. I wrote to him to invite him to Lord Sarwick's funeral.
I prefer to leave than to hear more of this.
Alistair, what a relief it is to finally see you. I had help from my contacts in Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins. River Spring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now. Come with me, Alistair. Let us speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things to get to this point?
You know, after you left, Lord Reynold changed. He began to live more and more in the past, and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so dark. Many of your father's vassals remain faithful to their oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg of you.
Ну, скажу одно, то что за лучника играть не так просто, и в бою немножко другая тактика, и я пока еще не особо привык. Ну, мейстер меня спас от беды. Что, заходим? Богороща ключей. Жоэс Рид. Я не знаю, кто такой Жоэс Рид внизу. Написано, у нас остались. Ладно. Не будем отвлекаться на подобное. Мы все-таки пришли на похороны, это, походу, сестра.
Hello, Red Priest. I am
Да.
Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Alistair, why have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me of father's death. It was my duty to come.
15 years without any news. And he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult? To say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you. But I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to father. We will speak later.
Ну что, давайте подойдем. Нам в этом городе вообще абсолютно все недовольны, кроме мейстера.
Who is that man? I believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared. He has certainly changed, but I recognize him.
Он вдохнет в него жизнь. Я видел в сериале, такое было несколько раз. Или нет? Скорее всего, нет. Зачем тогда огонь?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of R'hllor pay to the dead.
You may be a Red Priest, but you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Please, Eliana, listen. I left Westeros without a goodbye, and you have every reason to be angry with me. 15 years ago, the war that King Robert Baratheon fought to claim the throne forced me to commit deeds which haunt me still. The very idea of returning to you was too painful. I did the only thing left for me to do. I left and began a new life elsewhere. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester Harwin telling of Father's death. I could no longer hide myself. It was time to confront my past. What I regret the most, Eliana, is that by fleeing to the other side of the waters, it is you whom I wounded.
All these years I have thrown a veil over your memory. And you return at the moment when everything is in turmoil. I must be alone for the moment. I will see you later, Alistair.
Take your time, little sister. I understand.
Alistair, Maester Harwin would like to speak with you. He awaits you in the castle courtyard. And if I may add, You should be ashamed of that kiss during the ceremony.
My thanks, Ravella. I shall go and see him.
Да, я думал, он хочет возродить его, да. Отец умер. Ладно. Так, с тобой мы говорили уже. Дворец замка. Двор замка, извиняюсь. Дворец замка, что-то уже не то говорю. Мейстер Пиццель, что ты нам скажешь? Мейстер? Ой, не Пиццели, Харвин, извиняюсь. Я все, с фильмом уже все перепутал.
So, you're not too unsettled by the situation here?
I spoke to Eliana. She has still not accepted my absence.
That's not surprising. She has suffered much since you left. She had toughened against the pain. But now that you are back, she would not know how to react.
I understand her anger. I pray for things to improve with time.
You are not the sole cause of her unhappiness. As I told you, Ileana took over managing the lands when your father began to fade. She moved heaven and earth to try to get River Spring out of this mire.
Our family has always served House Lannister with loyalty. What have they done to help us?
For 15 years your father refused to speak with them, but after his death, Ileana requested an audience with Queen Cersei Lannister. The audience did not go well, and the Queen will only help us once River Spring has a new lord at its head. So your sister worked towards this end. River Spring has belonged to House Sarwick for generations. Ileana has refused to marry a lord from any other house. So, the Queen has chosen a man for your sister.
Who is it?
Valar, your father's bastard son, your half-brother.
Valar? I left Westeros hoping never to hear that name again. It is out of the question for my sister to marry him. He shares our blood. How can the Queen condone a marriage which goes against nature?
You realize that if Ileana were to wed another lord, she would take her husband's name. Being a bastard, Valar has no family name. It was the only solution to keep River Spring for House Sarwick.
What has changed? He was but a simple squire when he went off to war with me. Only a knight may marry a lady.
Valar rose through the ranks and was knighted. The Queen took him into her service.
But Valar served House Sarwick. How did he get close to the Queen?
Seeing him return alone from the war, your father blamed him for your disappearance. No matter how much Valar claimed to work for the prosperity of House Sarwick, your father wouldn't hear any of it. He cursed him and chased him away from River Spring for good. Your half-brother was mad with rage and left seeking vengeance. Apparently, he spent several years at the Citadel, using education to compensate for his low birth.
A maester cannot become a lord.
He never became maester, but stopped at the rank of acolyte. He learned the art of war, studied the higher mysteries, and forged links. He was then thrown out of the Citadel several years later for studying the forbidden arts. He's been a sellsword ever since. His reputation spread quickly, and royal ears heard of him. In 2 years, he went from simple soldier to the Queen's Guard. He moves in the shadows. The nobles of the court fear him.
How do you know all of this?
I went with your sister to the Red Keep in King's Landing, for her audiences with the Queen. It is there that I learned what I know of him.
Valar. He has taken too much from me already. I cannot just stand by while he marries my sister.
There is something else of which we should speak. I would have liked to spare you this. I do not believe that your father's death was an accident. There are certain indications that lead me to believe that he was poisoned.
Are you sure?
Believe me, Alistair, I know this subject. The Strangler is a difficult poison to detect, but it leaves certain traces that cannot be caused by anything else.
And you have no idea who it could have been?
I am not certain, but there are rumors of a possible culprit.
Tell me who it is.
This may overwhelm you, but the rumors say that it is your younger brother, Gawain.
Gawain? He was but a child when I left.
He and Lord Reynold had some serious quarrels, and he disappeared on the very night of your father's death. We've had no news of him since.
Why? Why would he have done such a thing?
Maester Harwin, the people are rebelling. Rioting has broken out throughout the town.
With all of this festering discontent, it was only a matter of time before this happened.
Why would the people rise up with such violence?
Well, the lords left the castle after the burial with their fine clothes and all, whereas the villagers are starving. All of this flaunted wealth must have pushed them too far. Everything quickly erupted. They attacked the lords, taking them hostage.
How did things get this far out of hand?
One man used this opportunity to unite the mob against us.
I think I know who leads them. I crossed paths with a certain Tyrek when arriving. A rabble-rouser, telling people to take up arms.
Tyrek? I heard some guards say that he was getting people worked up in a marketplace.
Then that is where we must go.
Captain Ryman says that it's impossible. Our men are barely managing to keep them at bay at the castle doors. There are not enough of us to attempt an escape.
Where is Captain Ryman?
He is at the doors. He's the one that ordered the barricades.
7 hells! If Ryman deals with it, the revolt will end in flames and bloodshed.
Riverspring has already suffered too much. I must join Ryman. Riverspring needs me. I will not watch our land fall into ruins without acting.
Very well. But I beg you to be careful. You are a Sarwick. Act as a liege, Lord Alster, and know that your acts will have consequences.
I will do what must be done.
I am sure you will.
Знаете, я даже назвал бы это не столько прохождением, сколько дополнением к сериалу, потому что в основном я сижу и смотрю фильм. И это очень приятно, знаете. Это очень круто. Ну что, пойдемте посмотрим, что там Реймонд... Стражник Реймонд. Хотя Риман написано почему-то. Но называет Реймон. Начальник стражи он, так я понимаю. Да. Он и есть начальник стражи.
Look who's here, dear Alistair. What have you come for, my good cousin?
I hope you're thinking more clearly than you were earlier.
I have no lessons to learn from a coward.
Let's not start that again. Ryman, I did not come here to fight with you. What can you tell me of the situation here?
We've almost regained control of the southern part of town. My soldiers are about to clean it out. But in the marketplace there are still skirmishes between rioters and people loyal to our cause. Nobles who came for the ceremony are still being held hostage by rebels on the docks in the northern part of town.
Very well. Let's go, Ryman. I want to see this for myself.
Really? His lordship would like to see this for himself? Well then, I'd be happy to accompany you to see this. I cannot wait to see you reason with this gang of peasants. I hope that blade at your belt is not just for decoration. Here, take my flask. You might need it.
Что он мне дал? Он сказал take my flask. Да. Возьми мое масло. Этой жидкостью можно смазать свое оружие, чтобы поджечь его, или облить врагов, чтобы сделать их более горючими. Брони у меня немного, оружие, лук да стрелы. Всего лишь. Так, секундочку, куда мы пойдем? 3 места, да? Хорошо, пойдем сюда. Алистер, жрец Рглора, способный управлять огнем. Открыв способности Рглора, вы получите доступ к огненным заклинаниям через панель способностей героя. Откройте дерево способностей Рглора, перейдя на страницу данных Алистера. Хорошо, давайте посмотрим экран персонажа. Так, Рглор, вот он. Оружие горит 10 секунд. Огненная стрела. Это хорошо. Враг получает дополнительный урон от огня в течение 5 секунд. Если он горит. Угу. На защиту надо, на защиту обязательно. Скорость заживления ран увеличивается. Очень хорошо. Так, ну что, посмотрим, кто здесь и что здесь у нас. Я так понимаю, можно выйти вообще? Understood. Ну что, с тобой поговорить? Давай поговорим, друг.
What is going on here? There's an angry mob on the other side of the door. We closed the portcullis behind them. Ha! The idiots are stuck inside. But it should be fine. The door is strong.
Open this door immediately. We'll try to reason with them.
I'm not sure that would be very wise, my lord. They're pretty wild in there. But if that's really what you want to do...
Так, ворота открыли и... Да. Открыть, конечно, открыли. Так, кто-то на меня бежит уже. Не забывать, главное, то, что у меня лук. Поджечь надо стрелу и пострелять. Так, тише, 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 тише. Парниша. Так, ну это как бы я скажу, не совсем просто. Ну, прикольно выглядит. Дубина. Ну, мне, в принципе, не особо нужна дубина. Так. Отлично. Здесь мы прошли. Хаберт. Кто такой Хаберт?
Stop. Leave that man be.
We're just taking back what is ours. These cursed lords have made our life hard for far too long.
Perhaps you want us to slit your throats, like the vultures you are.
It's been too long since you received just rewards for your labor, but things will change. Our town will soon be filled with the light of Relor.
Relor? What are you going on about?
Go home, and thank the Lord of Light for sparing your lives today.
А сам подошел и забрал деньги. Отличная идея. Ой, тут все трупы, трупы. Опять же деньги. Так, куда мы вообще идем? Понятно, идем на пристань. Почти пришли. Вот сюда.
Shit! The captain of the guard! Not a step further, or we will kill all of these lords.
Bastards! They're going after the burial guests. How do you want to proceed, Alistair?
People of Riverspring, I am Alistair Sarwick. Why are you attacking these innocent people?
We've been dying of hunger for years, while these lords and ladies with their jewels just strut around us like peacocks.
Start by letting these people go. Nothing can be resolved while you still threaten them.
Free them? You must be joking. The port's merchants are all penniless. We ask only for enough to buy new wares and reopen our stalls.
Our lands are sick and the castle is low on coin. But these lords here are under my protection, and Riverspring will pay for their release. Ryman, hand them your purse. Eliana will repay you at the castle.
You have some guts. I'll make sure you repay me. Here, beggars. Now get out of my sight.
Thank you, Lord Alistair. You acted like a true lord.
Your talents as a diplomat are equal to your father's, Alistair.
Your compliment warms my heart, Garrison. You should take advantage of this calm to go home. The situation here should return to normal soon.
You're right.
You acted admirably, my lord.
What were you doing, ferryman?
The lords wanted me to help them leave the town, but these brutes attacked us before I could cast off the moorings. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. I didn't think I'd make it. Let me know if I can return the favor one day.
Pay a ransom.
Значит, 3 таких будет, да? Одного мы спасли. Ну, не одного, но... Нескольких мы спасли. Осталось спасти остальных. Так, посмотрим, что у нас есть. Деньги. Заберем. Так, как-то мне попасть туда только вот я не особо... Что?
What are you going on about, Craven? You think you can restore order to the town by hiding like a little girl?
There are quite a lot of them, armed to the teeth in the marketplace.
Archers, listen to me. We will attempt to resolve the situation, but you'll have to move from here. Go position yourselves high on the roofs and balconies with a clear view of the square.
Do you hear him? Do what he says and quick about it. I think I understand your little plan, Alistair. The archers covering our backs will lend a bit of strength to our negotiations.
The archers will not fire, Ryman. Our sole objective is to make the villagers see reason.
Да. Алистер хороший будет правитель, я чувствую, прям предвкушаю это.
You'd better think well, Baker. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Please, Preston, just listen to yourself. We've lived in the same town since we were little.
What's going on here? Attacking the castle guards wasn't enough for you. You have to fight amongst yourselves, too.
Ah, there are the guards. Milords, we are faithful to House Sarwick, and we're trying to calm them, but it's impossible to make them listen to reason.
Traitors! You wish to continue living in squalor and eating only what the lords shit out?
Silence! I am the son of the late Lord Sarwick. Who is behind this revolt?
He's a merchant who works at the port, goes by the name of Tyrek. He's well respected by the people of River Spring.
At least he's one of ours. He suffers with us and fights with us. He's the only one who's dared to act while we die in squalor.
I understand. I will ask that food from the castle be distributed, but first you must stop this revolt.
You would do that? Swear by the Seven, and we will put down our weapons.
The Seven are not my gods. I swear to keep my word by the divine light of R'hllor.
I know nothing of your god, but I trust your word.
The people will never be abandoned again. Trust me.
My thanks, milord. I was so afraid the situation would get out of hand.
Unfortunately, River Spring has seen too much of its own blood these last hours.
Tyrek promised them that there would be no innocent victims, and those poor sods believed him.
Giving up the castle's food like that, the villagers will be thankful for it, but it won't last for long.
Да. Дипломатия. Самое главное — это правильная дипломатия. А все остальное уже потом. Так, ну что, мы продвигаемся дальше, и на пути у нас последняя точка, да? Там, я так понимаю, сам Тирик сидит. Так, а почему-то он где-то вообще в другой стороне. Я не понимаю, как он туда попал. Ну ладно, тем не менее. Так, почти пришли. Вообще, как бы я... Не знаю, реально, как будто ты смотришь сериал и немножечко только управляешь. Мне самому лично очень приятно в это играть.
Ah, there you are, Captain. We were about to execute these men. They must learn who's in charge here.
These people must have committed serious crimes if they are to be executed.
They were amongst the rioters. They must be guilty of something.
If you execute people without reason, the situation will only grow worse. Allow me some time to question.
What shall we do, Captain?
These vermin don't deserve such kind treatment. But fine. Let's see what my cousin is made of.
Мой кузен. Ладно, хорошо, давайте поговорим.
Tell us why you're here, friend.
They started it. We just came to ask for something to eat.
Shut your mouth, scum! You killed one of our men in the port, and you will pay for that!
This guard claims to have seen you at the port storehouse.
I was there with the others to demand food, my lord. But I'd already left when that guard got an axe through the head.
What is this man being accused of?
My lord, this man was seen in the port, where the rioting broke out.
And you suspect that he is responsible for this unrest?
One of our guards was killed in front of the storehouse. Someone must pay for that.
Let him go.
Very well.
Следующий. Малыш Лео. Вот эти два какие-то мутные типы вообще. Не особо мне нравятся.
This man was found near the dying body of one of our men. Look at him. He's pissed himself. You don't need more proof than that.
What were you doing near this guard's body?
I beg of you, my lord. I am innocent. I swear it by the seven.
That is not what I asked. Why were you close to the body?
I am innocent. I did nothing. I killed no one.
This man apparently killed a guard.
Everything leads us to believe it, my lord. We found him carrying an enormous knife.
What were you doing carrying a knife?
Well, because I'm an apprentice to the butcher in the marketplace, my lord. I use the blade in my work, nothing more.
Did you find him with the blade in his hand?
No, we found it in his pouch, but the blade was caked with dried blood.
Засохший же кровью, ну что такого? Он не виновен.
Dried blood, you say? The blood would still be sticky and fresh if it belonged to our man. Let this man go immediately.
Very well, my lord.
А вот этот мне не нравится, Браско.
You're finally to die, you piece of shit.
I've nothing to do with all this. My lot kept out of it from the start.
I don't give a damn. You've been a pain in our asses for far too long.
What were you doing during the rioting?
I live in the inn overlooking the port with some friends. We haven't set foot outside since the revolt started. A group of armed guards arrived and dragged me off in the middle of a game of cards. So, that is River Spring justice, huh? Quick executions without reason?
For what crime do you wish to punish this man?
He belongs to an organized gang currently ruling over the port.
They hold the merchants to ransom. They all pay with coin or their lives.
We have good relations with the merchants on the port. They appreciate our protection.
Protection? Don't make me laugh. We finally have the chance to get our hands on him. River Spring will be better off without him.
Send him to the dungeons. The situation in town is too dire to let him roam freely.
Our friend already knows the way.
You're making a grave error, my lord.
Ошибку? Надо было тебя вообще убить. Не было бы ошибкой.
I wish you had been in your squalid house as it burned.
If you set his house on fire, you do realize that a lord can cut off your hands for far less than that.
Oh, please, don't cut off my hands, my lord. Your guard there. He took advantage of the rioting to
Опа-на.
violate my little sister. I found her in tears, unable to speak.
You can't call that rape. The girl didn't even put up a fight.
I'll get you and make you eat your own shit.
Ха.
Your behavior is the cause of all this. You are the only person here who deserves punishment. Send him to the dungeons while I decide his fate. And let this woman go.
I cannot thank you enough, my lord.
Are you done, my lord?
Yes, but no one is to take such decisions in the future without telling me first. Try to at least hear what they have to say before passing sentence. Is that understood?
Yes, my lord.
My lord Sarwick, Tyrek, the leader of the revolt, has turned up at the castle doors. He will only negotiate with you.
The traitor finally shows his face. It's time to put a stop to this madness.
If the people followed him, then this man earned their respect. He deserves to be listened to. Guard, tell him I'm on my way.
Very well, my lord.
Ну что, давайте поговорим с этим Тириком. Что он нам расскажет интересного и зачем нужен этот мятеж? Если просто из-за еды, то я его усмирю, а ежели что-то еще более интересное, то это будет интересно, да? Забавная ситуация.
The man who everyone is talking about? The famous Alistair Sarwick? We already spoke on the quay. You pretended you were just a foreigner, but now that you're with your guards, you finally show your true face.
This morning I was only a stranger, but the situation has changed and I have to act. You are the man who started the rioting which led to a full revolt.
You know nothing of our problems. Your family sits warm in your castle while we die of hunger in the streets.
He proved that he is on our side today, Tyrek.
I've made decisions which may seem unjust to you, but they were for the good of Riverspring. Our town is where it is today because ties with the lords of the Westerlands have been cut. To bring our lands back to health, we must gain the trust and support of the lords.
Unfortunately, your efforts seem to be in vain, Alistair.
May the lords of the Westerlands rest easy. From now on, I will do everything in my power to restore Riverspring to its former glory.
You disgust me. You reveal yourself for what you are. Despite your actions during the rioting, you defend the privileges of the lords. Nothing changes. The people will continue to die of hunger, while the lords feast.
During the rioting, the people of Riverspring did not die of hunger. They died by the sword, Tyrek. Do you not take any blame for having brought about these massacres? Riverspring has suffered heavy losses on both sides, the people and the guards alike.
The Guard will fight to the end for the survival of Riverspring, but your decisions did not help us at all. You're so interested in gaining the people's love that you'll lead the town to ruin. You can't rule the town with weak actions.
The people no longer support you, Tyrek. Your cause means nothing now.
He's right, Tyrek. The rioting was foolery. Many of our people died today. Leave it be.
Enough bloodshed, Tyrek. Accept your defeat. Accept your situation. You have no support anymore.
You may have calmed them with your pretty speeches, but I know that it won't change and we'll just keep dying!
I will rebuild Riverspring again if it costs me my life. And you will hear it all from the dungeons. Guards, take him away.
Я думаю, что все правильно. Alistair. These riots very nearly destroyed Riverspring.
Harwin, you address me as Lord now?
Although you do not officially hold the title of Lord, you have shown that you have the soul of one. From this point forth, I shall address you as such.
I shall try to be worthy of your trust. The town may be appeased, but I could not please everyone.
It is difficult to lead. Your choices will always leave someone unhappy. The important thing is that you made decisions where others would simply let the situation deteriorate. The decisions you made today brought peace back to Riverspring. That is all that matters.
He is right, Alistair. I never thought I would say this, but Riverspring needs a man like you. It would be a shame for you to leave now.
Thank you, Ryman. Rest assured, I do not intend to leave. Not anymore.
Good to hear.
Now that this matter has been taken care of, I would like to carry on our discussion regarding my brother, Gawain.
Not here, Alistair. It has been a particularly delicate matter since the death of Lord Reynold. Find me at the castle.
Understood.
Расход энергии на применение способностей зависит от вашей выносливости и доспехов. Да, это очевидно. Так, ну что, Такой замок, да. Графика в игре Unreal Engine 3 двигатель, да, игры. Но графика в игре не особо выдающаяся, но дело даже не в графике, знаете ли. Дело в самой игре. Понимании игры.
Alistair, it is important that I speak with you.
What is it, little sister?
I am sorry for the cold welcome during the burial. I lied to myself by saying that you no longer meant anything to me. When Harwin informed me that you were helping Ryman handle the rioting, I was afraid something would happen to you. I would never have forgiven myself.
Do not worry, little sister. I have returned.
Are you planning to remain at River Spring?
I am going to make certain that you will not have to endure this damned marriage.
How did you know?
Harwin told me of it, but do not worry. I will seek an audience with the Queen at the Red Keep in order to reclaim my title and inheritance.
Be prudent, Alistair. By stopping the marriage, it is the decision of the Queen herself that you are questioning. And if she is offended, then we will lose everything.
I know that, but this marriage would mean the end of River Spring. You do not know the true nature of Valar.
I am well aware of that vulture's reputation. He and I have nothing in common. But unfortunately, he is close to the Queen. House Lannister is the richest house in Westeros, and one of the most powerful. With a faithful vassal such as Valar, they will surely help us.
I see your point of view, sister, but I will not allow Valar to share a future with House Sarwick. I spoke to Harwin, and he told me that father had banished him, and rightly so. I would not have you make such a sacrifice to keep Riverspring in the family.
I'm sorry, but I cannot share your optimism, brother. I hope your words will move the Queen. I bid you take leave and speak with Harwin now.
Да, королева-то она еще та стерва. Если вы смотрели сериал, вы понимаете, о чем я. Давайте поговорим с Харвином. Харвин его или как зовут? Ну, в общем, понятно, да? Заходим мы в тронный зал, я так понимаю, да, по этой заставочке. И думаю, он довольно приятно выглядит, тронный зал. Да. Мейстер. Харвин, все правильно я его назвал.
Let's speak now that we are alone, Harwin. Tell me of Garwin. I remember little of him as a child. He was restless, but not bad at heart.
He has certainly grown up since then. His relationship with your father had become increasingly strained these past few years.
To what extent?
Well, their arguments had become increasingly violent. Several days before his death, your father disinherited Gawain. As a son of a noble family, to be disinherited is a fate worse than death. This could be reason enough for Gawain to commit the unforgivable.
But there is no solid evidence of that, is there?
No, just theory. However, since this happened, Gawain has disappeared.
Would you know where he might have gone?
He enjoyed visiting your men, sir, in King's Landing.
I happen to be going there to seek an audience with the Queen. I will see if I can find him. My priority is to get my titles back. I will become the lord of these lands as my father wished. I will find a way to stop the marriage. Valar will not have Riverspring.
The Seven be praised. It is a relief to hear it.
But before all else, I must inform the priesthood of my decision.
Your old bedchamber is still there. Lord Reynald did not want it touched. I asked that it be readied in the hope of your arrival.
I thank you, Harwin.
Да, давайте проверим наши покои. Наш дом, да, где мы выросли. Так, это что? Архивы Вестероса. Печать знания. Так, что за печать знания? Колечко. Такой печатью мейстеры цитаделей скрепляют научные записи. Мейстерские печати весьма редкие, поэтому очень ценятся. Ну, давайте оденем. А второе кольцо у нас... Угу, понятно. Ну, думаю, кольцо не просто так ведь пригодится впоследствии. Осмотрим наши владения. Тоннели под ключами? Что? Нет, мне же не сюда. Я же не в тоннелях живу, господи. Куда мне тогда идти? Я так понимаю, что сюда. Да, я правильно иду, надеюсь. Наш младший брат Гевин, если не ошибаюсь, по имени, надеюсь, правильно назвал, первый подозреваемый в убийстве нашего отца. Так, эта дверь куда ведет? Я думаю, что правильно. Да, это наши покои.
Good evening, Master Betharius.
What news from your stay on the other continent?
I will not return to Bravos. I must take my rightful place here, at River Spring.
What is that, Master? You wish to leave our order?
I did not say that. I am and will remain devoted to R'hllor until I die. The fact that I remain in Westeros in no way changes my dedication to our temple. Quite the contrary.
What do you mean?
I believe that our organization would do well to have a Lord of Westeros devoted to our cause. The light of R'hllor will shine upon my subjects and neighbors.
I see. Well, we can only encourage such initiative. Our order has little representation on the continent of Westeros.
I may need you to send me Denyo to help me in this task.
It will be done. No more than the two of you. I will inform the rest of the clergy of your decision and your devotion, Master Alistair. May the light watch over you.
I thank you, Master Betharius. May the light watch over you as well.
Я вообще никогда не доверял на протяжении всего сериала, 3 сезонов, различным магам. Была там одна красная девица, но теперь я сам играю за такого персонажа.
River Spring has recognized his authority, and it would seem that he has decided to stay for good.
Indeed. I spoke to him about it, and he has decided to take on his responsibilities here.
Maester Harwin, do you truly believe that he has a chance of changing the Queen's mind?
Have confidence in your brother, Ilyana.
I don't doubt my brother. I doubt Valar.
Worry not, little sister. Harwin, prepare for my voyage. I'm leaving for King's Landing in order to request an audience with the Queen. R'hllor as my witness, I will be the new master of River Spring.
Ну что, на этом я предлагаю на сегодня закончить. Достаточно продуктивно мы сегодня так поработали, да? Мне даже понравилось смотреть такой игровой сериал. По-другому я не могу это назвать. То есть это да, это РПГ, но РПГ построено на сюжете и диалогах. И как будто бы смотришь сериал. Это офигенский просто. На этом все. Подписывайтесь, ждите продолжения. Оно обязательно будет. Меня зовут Михаил, и всем пока.